Hey guys, how you doing? I am holding my phone while it charges for a minute because, wow, talk about bad timing. I didn't even have my phone fully charged for this. Really good. Laptop is still in the repair shop. But I think it's really going to be okay. How you doing, guys? Hoping comments are going to show up. All right. Well, everybody... Okay, dog is killing me. Get down, baby. Okay. So, we'll get on board here because, of course, I'm late. And this is weird light, too, isn't it? Does the light look weird? Looks weird to me. Hang on. Because I can't read anything without... Hey, Andrea. Nicoletta, how's the lighting? Is this dark for me, or what's going on? Hey, Karen. Rosemary, Gail. Somebody comment on the lighting. Oh my gosh. It should be charges super fast. Lighting's okay, good, thank you. Problem is I'm gonna be moving around now with this phone in my hand. So, I'm gonna make this a quick one and do right to the readings pretty fast because I am exhausted. And I've still got to go downstairs and unpack a box. I ordered a ton of stuff for the shop, and even when I space it out, I swear to God, it all comes in the same day. Like 10 boxes on the same day. So, and my crystal dealer came in, and so I bought a table full of stones from him. They're gorgeous. And I can get those off the table so we can do readings tomorrow. Speaking of readings tomorrow, we do have the fair going on from 12 to 6. I have Karn, Sherry, and Sandy here. Readings are $30 for 30 minutes, and we do a cash business on those. Karn reads with Psy cards. They are a combination of this is really reaching, but playing cards and tarot cards combined. They come from England. They're a very old card system. And she does mediumship. Sherry does tarot, but she lays the cards in the Wheel of the Year astrologically, the 12 houses, and the Wheel of the Year. Listen to me, the astrological wheel. And it's a really good reading. And where it fine-tunes and hits the areas of your life that are needing attention. And Sandy also does tarot, very talented, for $15 more, for $45. That's $25 more, right? I don't know. Can't even think. She will do a soul portrait. She's a juried artist. And that reading, which does involve tarot as well, is more about your higher self, where you're going, what's going on. So 3 really talented readers. My readers are all, as I say, over the age of 35. They've all been reading for at least 10 years. And they've all read me. They've all auditioned, and they've told me something about my kids, my home, my business, something that they couldn't possibly know. And that's how they came to be at Talisman. I keep the price as low as possible. I take a $5 cut for the shop, and that means my readers get a nice big part of the money, and it keeps, I think the prices are affordable, and I work towards that end. I really do. I'd rather see people come in for a reading and have some money left over to shop, or walk out feeling like they got good value for money, and I consider that to be a fair price. I have gotten criticized that my prices were too low, and, well, suck my dick, okay? Because I'll just do whatever I want to do. It's my shop. Not in the mood, folks. Not in the mood. I don't take criticism well. So, that was rude, I suppose, but it is how I feel. Oh, boy. Hello, hello. Okay. Hey, Mia. I'm so sorry, Julie. That would be, Sandy does that. She does a soul portrait. Thank you, Ashley. I have bayberry candles. Yes, I do. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you, Gabriella. Hi. I think it is a fair price. Thank you, Penny. I honestly, and I don't criticize anyone for charging what I consider to be a very high price, although you could have knocked me over with a feather when I found out with Long Island Medium what she was getting. Holy God, wow. Teresa Caputo, dear Lord, what she was getting. For those kind of prices, I want Jesus to ascend from the clouds and throw some cards for me. It's a lot of money. That's just a lot of money. Wow, I look tired too. My hair looks tired. What are you doing? This dog is killing me. Anyway, what else? Talking about our higher selves, talking about soul portraits, and brings me back to the newsletter I wrote, which was on the ascension process. I'm trying to see what else. Okay, Carrie. Well, I do phone readings too. Personally myself. And as we go during the week on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday, I do $5 10-minute walk-in readings, no appointment. There's usually a line, but they're good little readings. Okay. All right. Thank you, Amy. So the ascension process, and I had written this newsletter back in 2012, I believe. And again, really tired. Had nothing. I could think of nothing to write about, honestly. But it's held up well over time, and it certainly speaks what we're going through right now. When I began thinking about very vivid dreams and just everything people are coming in with in the shop, a myriad of symptoms and changes, and it just goes over with all those things. So if you don't get the newsletter, email me at lenhard@comcast.net, and I'll get you on that list, and I'll get you a newsletter. It was good. I think people really enjoyed it. Well, I'll tell you, China was talking about doing an angel deck. Oh, done. It's been a long week. Okay, Pam. Okay, I will. I gotta tell you, the artist is China. She did our Talisman and Cauldron deck, which we do have in stock now. Our own tarot deck. But she does have some really cool, the start of a very cool angel deck as well. So maybe you guys could work together, and I'm happy to be part of that. All right? So, I don't even know what to say. These are unprecedented times. And I'm being very quiet. Hey, Jen. Hey. Being very quiet because it doesn't feel entirely safe. And I always say it's cowardly. Yeah, Pamela, the thing is I can't read these comments after they go past, so you just shoot me an email at lenhard@comcast.net, because once the comments go, trying to scroll back down through them is impossible on Facebook. Okay, poweredwithpam.com. Okay. All right. So, where was I? I think it's cowardly for readers to say things like, it feels like something's going to happen. Feels like, if you can't give some details as to where and how, then just shut up, because that's not helping anybody. So it's why I've been very quiet, because certainly you can feel shifts, you can feel changes, but they're coming from everywhere. They're coming from all directions. And so just trying to be quiet, just trying to connect and get some sense of direction. I always say too, I've got 4 kids, and one of my daughters is in Florida in college. My son's out in upstate California. The last thing I want to see is horrible earth changes or terrible events that have them not working or not able to make their living or whatever. So I'm not happy to say this stuff. Yep. Phobia. Yes. Dread. I know. And Andrea, exactly. Just, I shared, I had a very vivid dream. I woke up and it was a bridge had collapsed, and it was so vivid, and people were gathered around because some homeless people had died. And I remember seeing the Bridgeport sign right near it looked like the overpass. It looked like the entrance to the overpass of Route 8. And And so we found out that a lot of you have been having dreams about bridges collapsing, and that's a common one. And I think, hey, Mike, how you doing? My brother's here. I think it's coming at so many directions. It's coming environmentally. It's coming in the physical, the health issues, the pandemic, the virus. I don't even know what to call it. I don't. Not that I'm not saying it's not real. Don't hear that. I'm not saying it's not real. I'm not saying I want to get it. I'm not saying anyone should get it. It's the way it's being managed, and I think manipulated, that has me concerned. That's all. It feels very politically based, and you can't help but feel that someone has an agenda. It's me, and I'm not a big conspiracy theorist. I'm not a Q person, as we say. But look, I worked for the state. I worked for the state. I saw what happened. I know how they do things, and I don't want to get into politics, but you know, if the Democrats hadn't cheated 4 years ago, we would have had a President Bernie, and none of this would have happened. And they admitted they cheated, so we know, and we know cheating goes on both sides. You know, so I'm not even attacking the Democrats. I'm just saying, if people don't trust you, it's because you've lied, right? That's why we don't trust the government. It's not because they've always done the right thing and stood by us and been helpful. No, we don't trust them because they've lied. They've lied and they've lied and they've lied. So, really hard to get the trust of the people when you're busy lying out your lying lie hole. So that's where I stand. Hey, Steve. My gosh, Steve, hi. Well, they are being manipulated by fear. You're right. Because there's no consistency in how things are being reported. There's no sense of ownership. No one is taking ownership for mistakes that were made. Really aren't. Yes, I know, Steve. You're right. At this point, though, honey, I don't think it matters. We are being listened to. That's the other thing, is that people are lying out your lie hole. I know. Yep. And that's true. But given that history repeats itself, democracies have a lifespan of roughly 200 years before they fail. And that's something that also so any student of history would be looking at our country saying, this doesn't look good. So, oh my gosh, there's so much coming up. Well, I have faith in people because you know what? First of all, I'm a people person. I love people. I always say, I've always said that. I love people. And I've always questioned so-called spiritual people who say things like, I love animals. I can't stand people. Or I love animals. I love people. I love animals. I pretty much love everybody. But trust is another issue. And selfishness and greed. I always say follow the money trail. You usually get your answers that way. Who's making money off it? Look at this. Look at the virus. Who's making money? There's where you get your answers. In terms of spiritual growth, I was reflecting on. I was thinking about backing through the years of Saturn's progression through the signs. And when Saturn was in Scorpio, and that was during 2012 through 2014, those 2 years, because Saturn roughly spends 2.5 years in each sign. It was in Capricorn a little longer, closer to 3. Oh my God, hold on. I can't. I'm trying to talk, read. Laura. Hi, Sean. Hi, Jackie. Yeah. Anyway, when Saturn was going through Scorpio, and think back on 2012 through 2014, what was your life like? That journey through Scorpio went deep. Saturn went deep, deep into your psyche. It was a really personal transit that hit everyone at their core and made you literally turn yourself inside out. It was a very shamanic journey almost, where you had to look at all your belief systems, everything you knew about yourself, everything you thought you wanted, what was serving your higher good, why you weren't happy. It was like a 2.5 year of intense psychotherapy. That's what it was like. And many divorces, many things ended. It was just almost tragic, almost like a Greek tragedy, actually. And then it ended, and we saw Saturn go into Sagittarius, and in Scorpio, Saturn asked, who are you? What do you want? And Sagittarius, lighter sign, much lighter, Saturn said, where do you want to be? What do you want to do? Where do you want to go? And that was exciting. A lot of people moving around, a lot of travel, a lot of transfers. And then, as we all know, it moved into Capricorn, which it's just come out of, where it said, Saturn said, are you doing the right thing? What's going on here? Where are your standards? Where are your morals? Industries, institutions? Are you based in a correct, I'm trying to think of how I'd even say this. It wanted us to look at institutions and industries and morality and doing the right thing and treating people fairly and greed and selfishness. And Saturn demands that we pay attention to those things. And with Pluto riding shotgun there for most of it, Saturn would set him up and Pluto would take him down. Almost like clockwork. In December 3 years ago, when Saturn moved into Capricorn, we immediately that month saw the Me Too movement, which exposed the sexual abuse in the entertainment industry. And then we saw the Catholic Church pedophilia, which came out front and center with a roar, and that the Catholic Church is, of course, an institution. And during these past 3 years, I have something in my eyelash. Damn it. That's what we've dealt with for like 3 years of watching institutions, educational institution, what's going on right now with the virtual schooling. And it makes me laugh because Connecticut's one of the #1 homeschooling states. And public schools and private schools hate the idea of homeschooling, hate it. And yet we all have the right to homeschool our kids without any problems. A letter to take them out of school and you're good. They do have to pass certain tests. Jackie Berkowitz is on, so God knows she could talk about that forever. She's actually my go-to on this. But you are allowed, permitted, and actually well within your rights to homeschool your children. And Connecticut has some wonderful, well-educated people, but also resources here in Connecticut for that. I'm not able to read comments as I'm sitting here trying to talk. Good, Ma. So here we are, and we see that Saturn is now going into Aquarius. I'll be talking more about the December 21st conjunction next week. And in Aquarius, Saturn wants to look at the big picture because Aquarius rules the house of humanitarian efforts, brotherly love, and work by committees, work friendships. It's all about the group think. And Aquarius also likes everybody. Aquarius wants everyone to get along and everyone to be on the same page. But with Saturn at the wheel, it's demanding that we do things the right way and treat everyone fairly. The group think. Everyone should be treated as equals. Everyone deserves the same rights. Everyone deserves the same privileges. And the one aspect of institutional thinking that was never addressed properly during these past 3 years while Saturn was in Capricorn, dealing with institutions and industries, is institutionalized racism. And we're carrying that now into the 11th house of brotherly love and humanitarian efforts, work by committee, and friendships. And it's important to remember that Aquarius, the humanitarian, is also Aquarius, the revolutionary. Abraham Lincoln was one of our greatest presidents. He was an Aquarius. And he said, if you're not going to work together as one country, then we're going to fight. And Aquarius now will say, if we're not going to treat everyone fairly, if we're not going to give everyone the same chance at a piece of the pie, then we're going to fight. So if you're having forebodings of civil war, and many of us have, that would be the cause of it. That would be the undercurrent that we're dealing with right now. And whether you agree with me or don't agree with me in terms of systemic, institutionalized racism, it doesn't matter, because the proof's always going to be in the pudding. You know, what shakes out now over these next 2.5 years will tell the tale. And it's not just racism at many, many levels, and how we treat people, how we treat our brothers and sisters, even the ones who aren't the same race as us, people from other countries. How are we treating us as a whole, as a human race, not just a people of a country? And I'm not judging. I'm not trying to preach at you. I'm just saying this is what Saturn in Aquarius is going to look at, because organizations like the United Way, the American Red Cross, and Greenpeace, those are all 11th house organizations. And Greenpeace doesn't just say, I'm only going to go to this country or only serve people of this color. No. Greenpeace, the United Way, the American Red Cross, they go where they're needed. And that's the energy that we're going to be dealing with right now. If you try to hold back and say, you're deserving but you're not, you're going to have a fight on your hands. This isn't going to be passive. Aquarius is many things, but Aquarius is not passive. So we'll look at some comments really quick. Jackie. So, Nackle, I don't know if you saw my newsletter, but I talked about that in the newsletter. The desire to be in nature, the idea of connecting with animals. And please, if you don't get my newsletter, please sign up for it, okay? You're right, Steve. You're right about that. But even the way history is taught in this country, it's very, very much a polarized view of how America fits into the worldview. They don't bother saying, this is a very young country. The United States is a very, very young country. 200 years is not very long. Or I guess we're at 2-something now. 250 maybe, right? I can't even add. 220, yeah, 250. Okay, you get it? So did you read the newsletter from this morning, actually? I was working on it at 3 o'clock in the morning. I talk about where our shift and where our priorities are changing. So, I'm not sure where I was even going with that. Man. Yeah, you're right. The way American history is taught, it does not talk about the fact that we are such young players at the table. And countries like China and all the Islamic countries and Africa, the history. Okay. Well, when you read the newsletter, you're going to laugh because you're going to see that in there. So, and we really have a very inflated, almost narcissistic sense of self in this country. They call us the ugly Americans when we travel abroad many times. We don't bother, many, it's not fair. Many Americans, not all, don't bother learning the customs of the countries they're visiting. Don't bother learning a little bit of the language or the money system, the currency. You just pretty much expect to go there and be told everything and taught and, give me your time. And it doesn't matter, It's not very courteous as a guest in another country. We're not known for being courteous when we're a guest in other countries. We certainly do expect a lot, though. Anyway, that's what's going on, guys. I'll talk more about this next week. I just really want to validate you if you're having difficult dreams, if you're waking up during the night. No, we're not taught. But you know what, Steve? The other thing with that is we should want to know. We should want to know how to behave. When I was just thinking, my daughter brought her boyfriend home last year, and I called and asked her, like, what does he like to drink? What does he like to eat? I'm trying to make a comfortable, place for him while he was here for a few days. We should have the common sense to think, we're going to visit another country. What are their customs? What is considered rude? Thank you. What is considered inconsiderate? How do they like to eat? How do they, what's appropriate? And we don't even bother thinking that. I remember going to the Bahamas and Barbados, and people are very covered up there for all that's tropical. The people of Barbados and Bermuda, they cover up. They don't go to dinner in a bikini. And hey, Patty. And yet we see people doing things, and it's just considered rude. And people don't want to look at that. The native people don't want to look at natives as in the citizens, I should say. Pluto's always trying to help, but Pluto helps by punching you in the head and trying to knock some sense into you. Pluto is destructive. But sometimes something has to be torn down. Sometimes it's just beyond repair. And that's where Pluto comes in and is like, you know what? I'm going to punch some holes in this thing, and you're going to see how broken it really is. And that's happening right now with our government. We're seeing how broken our government is. So our voting system, for example, that's been broken. It's been broken since the hanging chads. This could have been fixed. People forget 4 years ago we had a contentious election. And so it's just amazing to me. Very short memories. Americans have very short memories. I was thinking on after this I let you go. I was thinking about Jimmy Carter and how everyone loves Jimmy Carter. I love Jimmy Carter. I've always loved Jimmy Carter. He was president and I was too young to vote, but I do remember his presidency. I remember the very long gas lines. I should be kind, you're right. And, so Jimmy Carter, a very kind man, very spiritual man, very unassuming man. And people forget that during his presidency, he was mocked horribly. People made fun of his daughter mercilessly. The whole family, remember Billy Beer? And he was insulted endlessly. They said his family was too involved in his politics. I mean, go on and on and on. So we remember odd even with the gas. But the point is our memories of President Carter are now very, very warm, fuzzy, rose-colored memories. But his time in the White House, his one term he served, it wasn't the happiest time of his life. And certainly, he was picked on a lot. No, people were really mean to him. And then Reagan came in, and that was a whole other energy, right? We saw that shift. And that's what's happened. We go passive-aggressive in terms of our presidents and how they approach. But honestly, the approach changes, but the bottom line doesn't. The bottom line for most of us never changes. So that's something to reflect on. The more things change, the more they stay the same, except that the environmental and climate issues we're facing down, which should be everyone's first words. That should be front and center of every elected official. Every government should be thinking about what's going on. If you don't know or believe, all you have to do is Google search Greenwich, Connecticut water rise study. Greenwich, Connecticut has spent millions of dollars just studying how their shoreline is going to be affected by the projected water rise. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't be spending that money if there wasn't a projected water rise. We were young for that one. I have a very political family, very, very military family, so Politics was always discussed around the table. In fact, that was a horrible thing for me, that I didn't realize that was considered rude, or because to me, the things I say you should never talk about, which is religion, sex, and politics, are the only things worth talking about, right? They're the only interesting things to talk about. Everything else is just dull. Yeah. Yeah, I think he talked about that, Sean. I think I made fun of that too. You'd see a UFO. I remember that. All right. So everyone's happy, everyone's smiling, and lots to think about, lots to reflect on. I just want to validate people, and that's why I sent the newsletter out. Just validate people if you're going through these things. Again, read the newsletter. We're all in the same, and I always say I'm blessed. I preach to the choir every day. The people that come to my shop want to be in my shop. I don't advertise. I don't run sales. I don't do any magic to get people in the shop. Once you cross my threshold, that's another story. But there's not. None of that goes on in the outer world for me, and I'm very insulated in my shop. So I get to sit and talk to people at varying levels of spiritual awareness, and that want to talk and who want help or want to understand things. And I don't deal with what a lot of you deal with animosity and verbal attacks. I mean, I hear the stories. You guys come in and tell me what you deal with. I have women who work a full-time job, help pay a mortgage, and they can't light a candle in their own house. Thank you, Patty. There are women out there who have to hide everything they do. And there are men who have to hide everything they do. There's we're Catholic and that's it. We're this and that's it. And get that out of my house. Get that out of here. The kids can't see that. Thank you. Thank you, Ma. And that's really sad. So they come to the shop because it's the one place they can be themselves. It's the one place that they can feel comfortable. And I am grateful and awed by that. I wanted to talk a little bit about if there's another shutdown, but I also don't want to project another shutdown. It's being discussed. We know that. And because I don't know what I'm hearing from reliable sources, that this shutdown will be a lot more intense and strict than the last one. You will not be allowed on the streets. It's almost like an Italian shutdown that they're projecting in the United States, or I'm sorry, for Connecticut. Although there's a good chance, depending on when it occurs, it could be the country. I'm not sure, because this is going in some weird directions, but our governor in Connecticut is certainly talking about it. And so I delayed the newsletter thinking, well, let's talk about it. San Francisco, they're locking California down. Locking it down. Anyway, yeah. I got friends out there, and I got friends trying to do business out there, so it's not cool. People are losing everything. Right, Sandra. But then again, nobody wants to be, sideswiped on this either. Especially if you own a business, it's really hard to say, okay, I'll just think positive. Well, we did that last time. 2-week shutdown turned into a 1-month shutdown, turned into a 2-month shutdown. This time around, we want to prepare a little bit and be ready for this next hit if we're going to take it. Yeah, restrictions. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, because there's that feeling of manipulation. So, goodness, I wanted to talk about one other thing, and that was people coming in the shop. Oh, exciting news! Really exciting news. I know Patty owns a business. She does needs to be ready. One more piece of exciting news. China and I have been talking for a long time that we would like to do public ritual. We'd like to do public espets. That's full moon ritual. And have been searching for over 2 years to find a privately owned field that we could gather as a group and open it to the public in general. There'll be waivers signed. We'll have to do that to protect the property owner, but we finally found a property. So we're going to be able, hopefully, when the mask ban is lifted, or we can, actually this is so big we could even do it and be 6 feet apart. So this is something exciting. We're just talking about it now, but it just came up. So it would be free to the public. You'd need to sign a waiver just to hold harmless and stepping on someone's property. No bathroom, no food. Just come and get into the full moon and do ritual and have a chance to wear our garb and prepare and really be as a community. So that was exciting. China also reminded me, with regard to my Young Witches Club and classes, that the back room is really small and we can't space out 6 feet. And I don't want to do everything virtual. I don't want to do it a Zoom event with the young people I have that are going to be joining us. It's going to be filmed. It's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be on Facebook. It's also going to be free, and it's also going to be a study, and there's going to be homework, and there's going to be projects, and I'm excited about all that. I don't want to do it virtually. I don't want to do it virtually. I hate it. I hate Instagram. I hate that. I pay someone to do it for me. I'm on there very little. I just kind of check messages and I'm out. I resent the amount of time we spend on social media. And in general, having my computer on my phone, all I'm doing is checking emails and messages. And I'm grateful because they're always full. Lots and lots of work and lots of people who are interested. So it's wonderful stuff. But I think the reason my store has flourished is that people love the eye-to-eye contact and to touch the objects, to smell the store, to, and I don't want to be one of many on social media. So I'm going to hold back because I don't follow the pack. Well, the thing is, with the Young Witches Club, I have a group of 7 young people who are all practicing at some level of witchcraft, but we're going to go over all the basics, and people can watch it, but they'll be in the room with me, and we'll be watching us do things, dressing a candle, and we'll be talking philosophy. We're going to be going deep, okay, really deep into methodologies and the psychology of and the science, the quantum physics. I mean, I got some really smart kids, and I can't wait to hear what they have to say. I can't wait to hear what they bring to the table when it comes to energy manipulation, magic, and projection. I am thrilled by this. These are some little powerhouses, and I say little, they're in their 20s. I mean, they're I call them kids because, I could have given birth to most of them, but, my oldest child is 26. But, yeah, I'm excited by this. The ESPETs will be public. You will be there. It's not going to be filmed. That will be truly ritual. But I don't care if 80 people show up. I'm the person that's so generously lending use of their beautiful property. It's 3 acres, huge room for a bonfire, which they have big bonfires, and then acres of forest behind that. So we'll have privacy. We'll have plenty of room, and there's no reason to think it wouldn't be a wonderful public ritual. We do not film ritual. That's one thing we don't do. There's a sacredness to that, and we will be maintaining that sacred circle. All right? Yeah, I'm excited. What did I say I hated? Usually when I say I hate something, I hate it. I'm pretty okay with it. But I forget what I just said I hated. I certainly don't, well, whatever, I'm not going to rethink of what I said. The witchlings, yeah. These are not witchlings though. They're past their teen years. I think the youngest one is 19. And they're all okay with being filmed. They're all okay with being on camera. So that's gonna be cool. So that's what's going on. That's what's happening. We do have an online store. People ask about that. I do. If you go on the website, talismanandcauldron.com, at the bottom of the first page, there's some little bars. Press the bars, you'll pull up the online shop. Our products are on there. What I'm going to continue to do, and what I'm going to be amping up, is my little videos in the store that I do. I've been doing them now for a couple months, I think, or longer, and just showing new merchandise off, taking a little walk around the store, And then you guys call in, message me, and I'll place orders, you know, and certainly there's no problem with that. I just don't want to be another person hawking my wares, you know, all over social media. I don't. I was just so grateful that during the shutdown, so many people called and asked if they could do drive-bys to get their sage, to get their incense, to get, and I was like, you know, guys, you can get that on Amazon. You can go online. And they're like, no, we want to get it from you. We want to support the store. And that was just, I incredibly, it beyond awesome. It was just wonderful stuff. And I get that from you guys all the time. And I get, again, blessed to be validated on a daily basis. Look at the reviews on Facebook. Look at the reviews on Yelp and Google. Wonderful. It's so worth it. It's all worth it. I regret nothing. All right? God, the day I moved from Monroe to Derby, I had asked, I think a week before, moving, anybody wants to come help. And, well, let me tell you, 30 people showed up. There were, I can't tell you how many cars, like 30 cars. And a second wave of people came in, but by noon, the shop was empty. Things already were on way to Derby. Everything got moved. I had, you know, obviously movers do the big heavy furniture, but it just was, oh my God, it was done. It's just fantastic. And that is why my cell phone is on the answering machine. If you're in crisis at 2 o'clock in the morning, yeah, hell, I want you to call me. Absolutely. And it's happened in 13 years of business. I think I've gotten 3 of those calls. Hey, Laura, it's late, but can you talk? Of course I can talk. What do you need? Let me just get oriented here for a second. Wake up. All right. So it's a blessing and it's wonderful. And I am so grateful for everyone. And as I said, I love people. Confuse me sometimes. That's the bigger issue, but well, we're just kind of getting there, aren't we? All right, I've talked enough. Let me just see some comments here. Okay. All right, let's start. Let's do some Tarotscopes, shall we? And I think I will start with Aries again. 6-card spread, and it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have some new people joining us, I know. And so it's the first card is the issue. The next 2 cards are the immediate future, what's immediately happening. And then the next 3 cards are next steps, what's happening. It's a very short time frame reading, okay? And I always say that obviously not every Libra is having problems at work. However, do you have a close friend or a family member who's having problems at work? Is that on your mind? Do you have one of your kids having a problem? Relay the message, you know? Let it be something you talk about. And that happens in my readings too. If I have a mother in there, I'll be doing a reading. I'll never forget this one time. It was so funny. Woman came in, and yeah, I shuffling cards, we're talking, and I throw the cards, and it read like a book. It was like a book. I said, oh, wow, I see, you know, you just got divorced recently, and wow, it looks like he was really passive-aggressive. I mean, not an easy person, but it's okay. You're a career person. It looks like you've already bought another home and moved some of your kids with you. Looks like you're really happy and enjoying yourself, really enjoying being free, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm talking, I'm looking at the cards, and I look up, and her face was like, I'm thinking, yes, she is in awe. She's shocked. And I said, how are you? Is it okay? She goes, well, I've been married 30 years and I thought I was really happy. And I said, oh. I said, okay, can I ask what you were thinking when I was shuffling cards? And she goes, oh yeah, my daughter who did just get divorced. My ex-son-in-law, not passive-aggressive, he was an asshole, okay? And yes, she's in a new home. And yes, she's a career girl. And yes, she's very happy. Absolutely. So my point is, if it's something that's on your mind or someone that you're close to, that you care about, is dealing with, the reading might be for them, but it's also on your mind. So of course, it's what's coming through. And that does happen quite a bit. You guys message me or text me afterwards. You're like, that reading for Capricorn, man, that was my brother, and wow, was that him. So there you go. Mark is no longer with the shop, and he hasn't been in years, Steve. I'm not sure where he is, unfortunately. He had some fallout in that 2012-2014 time frame. Lots revealed. So talk about it off camera. So anyway, Aries, let's do some cards. Okay. Okay. Now, Steve, you're Pisces like me, right? Steve Brooks? Yeah. All right, Aries. Well, we start off with the Star. Well, I always say the two best cards in the deck, right? The Star and the Sun. And I do use these readings as an opportunity to teach, I should say. So people who are following along, who are new to tarot, who read tarot, can throw their own cards and decipher and, how they see it. But this is how I read these cards. We have the Seven of Swords reversed, and we have the Four of Cups reversed. And then the next three are the High Priestess reversed, the Lovers, and the Six of Coins. This is a great set of cards. So the Star is obviously full of hope, full of ambition, full of positive energy. And we see the Seven of Swords reversed and the Four of Cups. And that really is not listening to the people around you, talking, not taking people's advice that isn't well-meaning advice, not listening to the chatter of the masses. And, well, like I said, everyone being online with stores, I don't want to do that, that sort of thing where everyone's like, oh, you should do this. I know what I want to do. That's what these cards are saying. I know what I want to do. It's okay, thank you, but no thank you. And that would be very Aries, by the way. That would be a very Aries thing to say. Well, add some other words in there too, but the High Priestess reversed, that is saying that Aries is thinking logically, not emotionally. This isn't emotional. Sometimes there's an aspect of not listening to your intuition, but honestly, I don't think that's the thing. I think it's really, this isn't about intuiting something. This is about realistically looking at a situation. And what are we looking at? We're looking at love and money. The Lovers and the Six of Coins. Six of Coins is that bonus that comes in, that money that's like bonus money. And the Lovers is loving what you do. So what I think is I'm looking at Aries saying, I got this. Other people, I think it's the way for me to go, or maybe other people are advising me to, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stick to my course. I know what I want. I know what I want to do. I think I can make money doing it. I think I will make money doing it. And I'm going to turn off the intuition. I'm going to really focus on the logics and the bottom line and the statistical and factual information. So and when you're building a business, the whole idea of, if I build it, they will come. Not necessarily. What is it? Something like one out of 10 businesses succeeds after the first 3 years. I mean, the odds are not good. So your good ideas have better be based in some kind of reality in terms of what the public will pay for something. What do people want? You got to know your audience. My shop would not do well in the Bible Belt. I wouldn't even try, It wouldn't be something for me. Okay, Virgo's coming, honey. All right, so that's Aries. I love it for Aries. Taurus. Okay, so Taurus, we start off with the Five of Coins, and that's not a great card, but we'll talk about that. Then we go to the Eight of Wands reversed and the World, the Devil reversed, the Wheel of Fortune, and the King of Wands reversed. And this is Taurus that rules the second house of money earned and investment, feeling that they don't have enough or just not having enough. The Five of Coins is that card of bankruptcy, lack financially, abundantly. It's about the money. It's about the ka-ching. And it's not happening for Taurus. And the cards, well, the Eight of Wands is saying, okay, stop focusing on everything else and direct yourself to your career. Focus on your career. Be more direct. I want to say for a lot of Tauruses, the world is suggesting that they want a change of life to go along with this change of energy financially. Now, I just had a conversation with someone today, and there is an astrology, the astrology of place. And for many people, it's when you can't catch a break, when you, everything you do, every relationship, every home you try to have, every job, it just fail, and it just, nothing ever takes off. It could just be you're in the wrong place, because places hold energy too. And within the ley lines, and this is all a study, I'm just starting it now, but you can see where, when you look at certain key lines on the map, where you are and how your energy aligns with it. And a place that was fine when you were growing up could be all wrong when you're opening a business, or all wrong while you're trying to start your family. All right? So what I'm saying here for Taurus, is this idea of like, not only do I want to focus on my career, but I want to focus on where I'm going to go. Why do I say that? Because I'm looking at the Wheel of Fortune that wants to move forward. I'm looking at the King of Wands reverse. It's the male workaholic. It's just focusing, really tunnel vision. And in this case, I'm going to say it's warranted. Sometimes, being a workaholic is not any other aholic, shopaholic, sexaholic, alcoholic. It's no different. It's still out of balance because your focus is all going in one direction. But right now, here, appropriately, Taurus, you should be focusing on your career and where you're going, where you're moving it. This Devil reversed is walking away from anything toxic. So if, in fact, you're working in a toxic work environment, I'm getting out of here, okay? I'm not just going to focus on my career. I'm going to focus on my career and growth, and that's going to be out of here. So this desire to have a new life, one that's more financially easy. And every day I talk to someone who's moving to a place where they can get a transfer with their job, so they're making Connecticut money, but they're going down south. They're going to Midwest. They're going, and it's like the quality of life is just so much better. Okay? So, for Taurus, that's what I'm seeing for you. This idea of, I need to make more than just one change. My focus has to be directed not just in what I do, but where I want to be. Okay, Gemini. Well, we start off with the Tower. Like Virgo, like Taurus, except I got Virgo in my brain because I'm looking at Lauren's Virgo plays every time I look at the screen. But like Taurus, not the best card to open with, the Tower. We have the Five of Swords reversed. We have the Four of Coins reversed. We have the Page of Wands reversed. We have the Nine of Swords, and we have Strength. Okay. The Tower is never a happy card. The Tower, everyone gets worked up about the Death card. In reality, the Tower and the Ten of Swords are hideous cards. Most of the sword cards deal with problems and illnesses, and and then here we have under the Tower the Nine of Swords. So something chaotic, painfully chaotic, coming in at you. I always call the Tower, and this is the transformational tarot, in my case it's Kali, but there's the Tower, and in the classic tarot deck we see the Tower with lightning hitting it and then people throwing themselves out the Tower. It is the 9/11 card, and that's the energy. The energy of the Tower is, I was just standing here and oh my God, this is happening and I can't stop it, and oh my God, it's horrible, Tower's going down, people jumping out, oh my God, think of that emotion. That's the Tower. It ain't good. And then, of course, the Tower upright is chaotic endings, chaotic changes coming at you. When it's reversed, you're masterminding those chaotic changes. So, upright, it's like being served with divorce papers. Okay? Sheriff comes to the door, and here you go, here's your papers. Oh my God. Reversed, it's you're serving the divorce papers. Whole different energy. Still the same result, getting divorced, right? But the energy shifts based on that. But Here it's upright and it's coming at you. We see the Five of Swords reversed, and that is taking advice, taking professional advice, taking expert advice and listening to it. Okay? Knowing that you can't figure this out by yourself, you need good advice. Wisdom, factual information, someone to break it down for you. The Four of Coins reversed. That's looking at new ways to make money, new ways to get money, to earn money. Yeah. Okay. And I'm going to say with the Page of Wands reversed, it's Wands are creative energy, it's movement. Page of Wands is often a kid who's very athletic, very busy, but it's reversed. So we're seeing someone who's not being allowed to move and do what they want to do. The Nine of Swords, again, is high anxiety, horrible anxiety. It's a card of mourning. It's a card of miscarriage. And through it all, we see this awful stuff, and then we see the Strength card. So this is the card, honestly. This would be someone getting pregnant unexpectedly. You're welcome, Barbara. The Tower. Oh my God, I'm pregnant. I got pregnant. What am I going to do? Let me talk to my mom. Let me talk to a doctor. Let me talk to, what are all my options? I'm weighing up my options. So much anxiety, so much mourning. I can't go to school. I can't move forward. My life, I can't go to work, or I got to drop out of school. And then I see the Strength card. And so, of course, I can't tell you what to do because the cards can't do that. And I'm not suggesting that every Gemini out there is pregnant by any means or dealing with it. But what I'm saying is it's something that came out like that, okay? And now you've got to make a really informed decision. It could be a health issue because I'm seeing Strength, which often deals with health issues, but it's upright. So you get out the end of the tunnel here. But this is really navigating the tunnel, okay? And everything that's got to be considered as this chaos is coming at you, okay? Let's say, a great example, totally different. Let's say you're renting and you find out, oh my God, they sold the building I'm in. It's happening all the time, by the way. They just sold the building. Happened to me, actually, with my divorce. And you get 6 weeks to get out. The building's been sold. Sorry, you didn't know that it was hung up on the market. That's great, and so there it is. And now you got to talk to people. You got to talk to realtors. You got to look at your kids. Where are they going to go to school? How are you going to handle this? So the same thing is, it's chaos being thrown at you, and it's navigating it, right? Cancer. Jesus. All right. Catching a break here. I was kind of hoping for light little readings because I really do have to go downstairs and unpack some boxes. But anyway, I bought like $2,000 worth of stones earlier today, and they're covering the back table, and I gotta deal with them. Cancer. The Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is literally crying over spilt milk. It's regrets. It's, what did I do? Why did I waste my time? Regret. And it's right next to the Three of Swords reverse, which is anxiety, and the Page of Coins. Okay, news of money. The Ten of Wands reversed, the Ace of Coins, and the Eight of Coins reversed. So, regret, anxiety, all around money and work. Okay, I'll say that for Cancer. News of money coming in. This is staying in a place where you've been insulted, where something bad has happened, where you just dread going into the office, but you're staying there because there's a payoff here. Again, Eight of Coins reversed, being unmotivated by what you do. The Ten of Wands reversed. Usually the straw that broke the camel's back, okay? I also see people in family businesses miserably unhappy, but not thinking they can leave. They can't sit there and say to their in-laws, I don't want to be here anymore, or I want to go do something outside the family business. But it's eating you up. You're miserable. I'm going to say for Cancer, there's an opportunity coming up, and it's going to come up. It's like you're regretting something happened, and then you go from crying over it to being enraged when it happens again or something worse happens. It's like, oh no, you didn't. You know, 10 of Wands, that was it. Someone just snapped the twig. And if you don't leave, and you may not be ready to leave yet, the situation, you certainly are, the countdown is on, okay? And it's just money at this point. It's a financial thing. This could be a marriage. There's no emotion component. It's anxiety, and maybe it's been a miserable thing, and you're there because of keeping the family, the marriage. It doesn't really feel that way, by the way. It doesn't really feel that way. But it could, and then someone just that last straw, they have to go there. But it really does feel more like work. It really does. Not friendship, not relationship, not marriage. It feels more like career and work. And you just couldn't stop yourself. But, and so Cancer is going to bide their time, because Cancer is one, I say all the signs, there's always one sign in every group that acts like another element. So Cancer, a water sign, does act a lot like an earth sign. They like money. They like investment. And Cancers and Tauruses usually going very well. But anyway, because they appreciate having money in the bank. They get nervous when it's there's no security. They like security. They certainly love their home, and they love keeping home intact. So usually it takes a lot. Once a Cancer's hunkered down, you really gotta crowbar them off like barnacles. They don't want to leave a comfortable situation. All right, Leo. Hermit reversed. The 10 of Cups, the 7 of Coins, the 5 of Wands, the Page of Cups reversed, and the 2 of Swords. And there you go. So, Leo, the Hermit reversed, like the Tower card, has marginally different meanings based on if it's upright or reversed. The Hermit reversed is feeling lonely, feeling that sense of I don't belong, I have no place to go, I don't have my people with me. But the Hermit reversed is I don't want people around me. I need to be by myself. I have to be alone. I can't think with any other voices in the room. It's choosing to be alone. We see the 10 of Cups and we see the 7 of Coins, and that's, first of all, the 10 of Cups is usually happy at home, okay? And the 7 of Coins is, you know, sometimes it's how I can make money out of the house, you know? But that's not the issue. The 5 of Wands is the same argument, the same debate over and over and over again. The Page of Cups reversed, it could be arguing over a child, first of all, but it just could be I don't want to do, I don't love this anymore. I'm not feeling love anymore. I can't. And then we see the 2 of Swords, rock in a hard place. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. I mean, the obvious one is comfortable in the home, but fighting, and there's a child present, and I'd rather be alone. I'd rather be alone than deal with this, and it's rock in a hard place, but there's other people to think about here, you know? Can't tell Cancer what to do. I'm going to throw one more card, and that's Justice. That's usually court. That's usually, if Cancer's thinking about ending something, and, you know, it could be as simple as, I love where I live, I'm happy, but my landlord won't fix this or won't do that, and I'm going to take him to court. I can't live like this, or I can't have neighbors that are making that same noise over and over. I've asked. Well, now I'm gonna have to bring it to the board, you know. So that's what I'm saying. But there's no easy way here, because, you know, the minute you go at a neighbor, now they're gonna come at you. It's damned if you do, damned if you don't. There's no easy answer here for you, Leo. But I do say you do come out victorious. I mean, Justice, you're right anyway. I'll tell you that. The only thing I would caution you with these cards is sometimes you can win a battle, but then you lose the war, you know? And some signs don't strategize. And a lot of times the fire signs rush in without thinking of the strategy involved. And sometimes you let someone think they win so that they're happy, and there can be peace. Sometimes you need to put a price tag on peace. We don't value peace of mind. We don't value just being comfortable, you know. So I'm gonna say, for you, Leo, think what you're doing before you go there. You know, you're justified. You're justified to be angry. It's the same thing over and over and over again. But just take a breath for a minute before you move forward. Virgo. So we start off with Death reversed. We have the Page of Swords reversed. We have the Magician. We have the Knight of Cups, the Three of Coins, and Temperance reversed. Okay. Temperance reversed always speaks to something being out of balance. What's out of balance, though? I'm looking here. Death reversed is you want big changes. You want to make changes happen. Similar to the Tower card, change isn't just being thrust upon you. You know, you're ready for some change. You're ready to grow. A lot of times it's metamorphic changes that death represents. As long as there's not other cards that would indicate a physical death, and there's none here. This is purely metamorphic. This is purely ascension. It's purely personal growth. I want things to change. I'm not happy the way things are. The Page of Swords reversed is honestly not speaking about it. You know what you want to do. There's no reason to ask permission. There's no reason to discuss it. You're just going to do it. The Master. In this case, you know the right thing to do. The Knight of Cups, which is love coming in, and the Three of Coins, which is celebrating financial success, but there's an imbalance. I want to think one possibility here is someone who's been keeping a relationship under wraps, or and saying, now, you know what, I'm tired of doing this. I'm tired of pretending it's not happening. Or someone who's been working towards a goal quietly, or maybe working at a home-based business or working at their own business, and then saying, you know what, I'm taking this big time. She had a reading like that 2 days ago, as a matter of fact, where she's had her own home-based business and she's ready now to put it into motion. And so that's what these cards speak of it. But the lack of balance is it looks to me like lifestyle change had to occur with this big announcement, with this big push forward. Other things have to change too. That lack of balance suggests it. So with celebration, with mastery, with the knowledge that how you want to move forward, loving what you do, the Knight of Cups, it's juggling a lot of balls, is what it is, Virgo. It's like a lot of balls in the air. And I'm not sure what's missing here. I'm seeing love and money. I'm seeing that Page of Swords reverse makes me nervous, though. There's someone you're not talking to. There's someone that's not fly on the wall. Knight of Cups reversed. It could be that your partner's not on board with this, or that you've been doing it behind someone's back. I'm not gonna lie, there's an element of some sort of subversive behavior, subversive behavior, that you're not telling people that this is what you really want to do. This is sometimes the person, a great example would be somebody who is planning to do stand-up comedy. Let's say that, okay? It could be as nice as that. And practicing their set, and open mic night, and they all go, let's go, and then they're like, I'm up on the stage. Like, what? You? Yeah, I'm up on the stage. You didn't tell us. Well, nah, I wanted to figure it out for myself. So it could be as nice as that. There's no sense of heartbreak here. There's just a sense of, I'm going to work on something. I know it's a good idea. Not sure I want to talk about it just yet. All right? And then the King of Cups reversed, which I just throw one more card down, is sometimes it's a man who's depressed or anxious. Sometimes it's an alcoholic. there could be some concern moving forward with somebody who can't handle it, who can't handle watching you succeed, who's going to be a wet blanket. So you're not going to say anything because they'll pick apart the flaws. And Virgo doesn't need anyone helping them with that, because Virgo will absolutely do that all by themselves. They're perfectionists. Virgo needs no one to stand over them. So it could just be that, it's okay, I'm not going to say anything because I know what I'm doing is right. Okay? You're welcome, Sandra. You Leos are going through some shit. I read a lot of Leos lately, and let me tell you, you guys are getting hit hard. Hey, Sean. All right. I have to laugh, Sean. That comedian, he says one of your best friends, I have loved him, for probably 2 decades. He is hysterically funny. I was going to try and pull up some of his old skits there. He is a great stand-up comic. Just one of the funniest men I think I've ever seen in my life. And I haven't thought of him because he hasn't been out in the forefront lately. I don't think he's had an HBO special or lately or anything. Yeah, it is rough. Yeah. I love Leos, though. I'm Leo rising myself, and my oldest boy is a Leo, and I love Leos. I love their energy. I love their passion. I love their larger than life. I love the way Leos act and behave, and everyone drinks all around. Leos just if I got, and I love too the generosity of a Leo. My son's if you're hungry and I get a sandwich, well, we both have half a sandwich. And there's shit in every sign too, Nicoletta. For God's sake, terrible people have an astrology sign, and it's how it's impacted. I always do the sun signs. I have done moon sign readings, and that's true, but it's the whole chart you got to look at. I'm a Pisces. Pisces are notoriously not good business people. I'm a Leo rising. Sag moon, a lot of fire there, a lot of passion there. And I'm packed with my 8th house, and that's all the spiritual stuff, the death, the deep shit, the occult. And it's impacted by my 2nd house of money earned. So that those two go right there. So, and that's why I do my own taxes. I do my own, I no one touches the money but me. I touch the money. So, and that's not very Pisces, is it? That's not a Pisces quality, but yet, there it is. All right. Libra. These are lovely. The 3 of Wands. Then we have the Fool and the Emperor. The 9 of Cups. The Ace of Cups. And the Queen of Cups reversed. How interesting, because we had the King of Cups reversed in Virgo's reading. Well, we have the 3 of Wands, which is education, studying, teaching. Usually it's studying. The Dreamer is moving forward, and then the Emperor. Again, and then the 9 of Cups, which is coming through. Wishes coming true. And the Ace of Cups, which is love. This really speaks to studies and plans for your own business. The Emperor is business. You could be finishing up your college education, Scorpio, or the direction you want to take your career. But it's very autonomous. It really is. This is somebody who wants to work for themselves, somebody who wants to loves what they do, maybe even teach what they do. I had so many young musicians who want to be music teachers. It's so cool. So cool. That was the past couple weeks now. There's been quite a few singers and musicians. One pianist, and that's what they do. They teach music. Really cool stuff. The only negative in this reading is that Queen of Cups reverse, which is a female who could be depressed, anxious, weak in some way. Give me a sec here. And the 10 of Swords. Okay. So, Libra, all this forward motion and all this I know what I want to do, moving towards a goal, autonomy. It could be that your partner, and Libras rule the house of partnership and marriage, your partner can't wrap their head around it. The partner can't be a partner here. It's always hard when people who are married or partnered want to make a change and the other person is just throwing up all the reasons why it won't work, or has to be dragged along. That gets old. When you've got a partner who has to be dragged along because they just can't get out from under it, that's tough. Now, there's no broken hearts here for Libra. There's just a sense that I'm watching someone fail, and it could be you're watching someone fail. Libra, while things are going well for you, maybe you're watching a parent fail. And again, this would be emotional failure, depression, anxiety. I gotta say, with these cards, with the Ten of Swords covering, could be an alcoholic, could be a female alcoholic, or someone who was an alcoholic that's now dealing with the effects of alcohol on their body all these years later. That's the negative. Everything else has Libra wanting to go, but then there's this like sad note. And, maybe mom's not doing well, or maybe, again, it could be a spouse, it could be an older sister, but there's someone that's, you're just watching, even as you're rising, you're watching someone fail. And again, you're rising. It's not a kid, by the way. This isn't a young kid. This is an adult. Thanks, Jen. All right. Scorpio. Scorpio. These are good cards, too. The Sun. Top of the list there. The Sun, which I always say, Sun and the Star. Two best cards in the deck. I'm freezing, by the way. I should turn the heat up. We have the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Coins, excuse me. The Ace of Swords reversed. The Two of Cups. The Six of Swords. And the King of Coins. These are pretty good cards, actually, Scorp. You deserve them. The Sun is success. The Sun is legal success. Could you stop? And the Nine of Coins is money coming in. Rewards for hard work, and Nine of Coins. I do actually do a Nine of Coins wish spell kit. I mean, just it's all your money hopes coming true. And the Ace of Swords reversed. It's like you're not telling anybody where that's coming from. That's interesting, Scorpio. But Scorpio keeps secrets. Scorpio has something in their head to bring in some money, and they're just keeping it quiet. The Two of Cups is a beautiful card. It's a friendship that becomes a romance out of friendship. And the Six of Swords is thinking about travel, movement, relocation, big trip. And the King of Coins, and the money's there. So, if for some reason Scorpio needed to restructure, Scorpio needed to come up with some cash to make something happen, they know what they want to do. They know how they're doing it. I almost want to say this looks like it could be a transfer for work. That's one thing that could be happening. And again, not talking about it because it hasn't happened yet, but you're being told it's going to happen. That's one very likely aspect of these cards. It could be a transfer, but definitely your partner's on the same page. If you are going anywhere, it's if you're partnered, they're going along with it. Could you stop, please? What the hell? So rude. And the money's there. Whatever changes you're making, whatever is going on, wherever you're going, the money's there. You're following the money trail this time. That's all I can say, Scorpio. It looks good. Whatever you need to pay for, to have money for it, it's going to be there, and you're making that happen. And you're not talking about it. It's like you got the goose that lays the golden eggs, and you're not telling anybody where that goose lives. It's going to know where you keep your goose. Sagittarius. Whoa, fun. hell like a Jesus Christ. That would be like a Sagittarius to do that. See? Scared the bird even. Wow. How we doing, guys? Holy crap. Here we go. Wow. He's fixed my hair for me. It's all over the place. Okay, Sag. Let's try again, shall we? Let me just move that back a little bit. It's way in my face. Okay. Sagittarius. We have the Judgment card. I know. Oh well. We have the Knight of Swords, and we have the Moon. We have the Queen of Coins, we have the Ace of Wands reversed, and the Queen of Swords reversed. Yikes. Well. I don't love these cards. They do speak to the... I want to say they're more about money than romance, first of all. Let's be really clear. They're more about money and work. The Knight of Swords is bringing in problems, information, harsh communication very often. And I say that because I'm looking at the Moon, the Ace of Wands reversed, and the Queen of Swords reversed. The Queen of... Okay, so one quick look at this could be... you may have a mother who you know is now has dementia. The Queen of Swords reversed is one of two things. It's a female who's very difficult, female bully, vindictive, manipulative. But because it's cerebral, swords are air, they're thought, it can also be someone whose thinking that is not clear. And with the Moon covering that, it does read like mental illness. The Moon is often a card of mental illness. Okay, why is that like that? I'm so sorry, guys. I hate that. I want my laptop back, I really do. Okay. So, Ace of Wands reversed is a lack of help. And we got the Queen of Coins here. Now we know that what usually happens when there's a sick parent, there's one kid that has to do everything, make all the decisions, and all the work lands on their lap. So one way to look at this is trying to bring balance with a very difficult situation involving a woman, mental health issues. That's one way to look at it for Sagittarius. The other way, with the Moon there, with the Ace of Wands, it speaks to the dissolving of a partnership, work related. Now I will say for Sag, Queen of Coins, she's fine. Sag is fine, okay? Sag is going to make sure that they have enough. But if it's at work, it's a coworker that you find out really is undermining you. If it's at home, again, really undermining you. Someone who doesn't have your best interest at heart, or who may, again, be a narcissist, be something wrong. But this is someone who's very difficult, who somehow managed to get by. The Moon would also suggest that everything was off the radar. So you really didn't know this person was as non-supportive, put it nicely, as could be. If it's work, and it looks like work, it's not going to affect your job. You're not going to lose your job. In fact, if anything, she's being revealed. If you do have someone in the office that's mean. The Queen of Swords upright. I don't use this word. I don't call women bitches. I hate name calling, by the way. You'll never see me on the very rarely that I call names. But the Queen of Swords upright is called the bitch card by many tarot readers. I don't call it that, but and when it's reversed, so upright, it is a female who's very strong with her words, but at least she's fair. But reverse, it's manipulation. So this is an unfair female being revealed. Of course, nothing makes people angrier than when they're revealed. No partnership, not being supportive. But I'm still going to say it's working out in your favor, Sag. I'm going to throw one more card. Yep. Yep, the Page of Coins. They may have just revealed themselves right out of a job. Whatever it is, you're fine financially. You're going to make sure of that, okay? You have someone who's threatening your job, or someone who's threatening to take something from you, but nah, Sag, you got this, okay? Ain't nothing but a little thing. Capricorn. You know, this damn thing is so in my face. I'm so not happy with it. Give me a sec, I want to read some comments too. I'm fine, the phone dropped. The phone dropped. Oh my God. Oh yay, please get me on the guest list, Sean. Well, you know, the other thing, I'm getting back to Nicolette about Leos. Leos are the emperors and the empresses. And there are good kings and queens that care about their people, that put their people first, the benevolent. And then there's the tyrant. And that's the shadow side of Leo, is selfishness. That's the shadow of Leo. Okay, got that. All right. Hey, Robert. Okay, Trish. Thank you. I'm glad. All right, Capricorn. The Hierophant reversed. The Eight of Cups reversed. I can't take this. Why is this in my... Why am I... Looks like I'm like 4 inches from the stupid screen. It's killing me. Killing me. It was fine before. What happened? I was so happy. All right. Hierophant reversed. The Eight of Cups reversed. The Eight of Swords reversed. The Queen of Wands, the King of Swords, and the Knight of Wands reversed. Okay. Okay. Well, the Hierophant reversed is usually unconventional behavior. And not something that Capricorn is known for. The Eight of Cups reversed. The Eight of Swords reversed. Eight of Cups reverses, I don't want to go home. I don't want to deal with it at home, and you're okay with it now. Again, the Eight of Cups reversed is not leaving, not going, and it's usually it could be homesickness when we see it, but it's not. It's not. And the Eight of Swords reverses, like, you're over it. You're over it. You may have been unhappy before, but you're over it now. Queen of Wands, of course, we know is the happy worker, the good friend, the really cheerful, upbeat person that brings the group together, and that's a good thing. You know, everyone likes the Queen of Wands. And the King of Swords, strong communication coming on from an authority figure, but there's no movement yet. So I almost want to think that with these cards, it would be like being offered something really different in your work, in your job. Like, let's say you always were, I can't even think, I'm so brain dead. You always did numbers. Always were a number person. And then they say, you know what we want you to do? We want you to work on this committee to write proposals and creative grant writing. I'm really reaching, man. And geez, I never did it before, but no, we know you'd be good at it. You've got the background. It's okay. It's just, you know, something you haven't done before, but we know you can do it. And I'm like, okay, great. Yeah, I think I'd like to know more about that. Well, the position's not ready yet. You know, that not going to happen just yet. So it's like red light, green light, or green light, red light, you know? And ready for that change, ready to do something different, you know? So in other words, it would be for in-house. It would be not leaving. It would be staying where you are, but only because something bigger was being promised to you. Okay? Something better was being promised, which, you know, and you're up for it. Could be leading a group. It could be, you know, taking on a managerial position. A lot of that going on right now. People are being promoted. All the hard work of 2020, where I said weren't being rewarded, people taking on the work of other people, tired of doing 2 or 3 jobs, but now it's paying off. Ah, see, all that hard work Saturn made us do. Oh, there we go. Hey, that's better. Maybe. Do I like that better? Okay. All that hard work that Saturn demanded of us, and Pluto, well, now it's paying off. Now it's like, ugh, my hair is gross. Anyway, it's saying, no. It's saying, now you get your reward. Because Saturn always says, you do your work, you eat your dinner, then you get dessert. Now it's time for dessert. And so the opportunities are coming. All right? That hard work is paying off. People are saying, yeah, I want to promote you. You're really good. I'm going to put you to a managerial position. I'm going to put you in something more creative. I'm going to give you some responsibilities. It's happening all the time. I mean, all my readings, every day. And I read between 10 and 30 a day, by the way. I read a lot of people. But it's coming through now. It's like, yeah, I'm finally getting that promotion they promised me. Or now they're starting to talk about structuring the position, or and move me out of that department that I've been so unhappy. But really good stuff, like really good opportunities, and really thinking outside the box, which again isn't necessarily Capricorn's wheelhouse all the time, but it is, because Capricorn is competent. That's the word. Capricorn is competent, and that competency is being looked at like, well, you're good at this, I bet you'd be good at that too. That's good stuff, but it's not ready yet. Okay, Aquarius. It's got a second wind there. All right. Anyway, how's that looking over there? Thanks, Greta. Okay. Hey, Donna. All right, here we go. We have for Aquarius the 6 of Cups reversed, the Chariot reversed, the 9 of Wands reversed, the Empress reversed, the 7 of Wands reversed, and the 7 of Cups. Wow. Okay. This is Aquarius really out of character. Because Aquarius, being an air sign, likes logic. They like book learning. They like, they're usually excellent judges of characters. Of all the signs, the sign that rules the house of brotherly love and humanity, they're excellent judges of character. Usually an Aquarius will size you up really quickly. And also, people don't know that Aquarius, along with Pisces and Scorpio, are considered the 3 most intuitive signs of the zodiac. You'd think the 3 water signs, but no, it's water, water, air. Aquarius has an uncanny way of knowing what's coming up next. They just know. Pisces feels. Scorpio, I don't know what Scorpio does. Scorpio is just insane, but good at what they do. So what do we see? We see Aquarius really not knowing what to do and really not being happy. 7 of Cups, what do I want? It's Aquarius asking itself, what do I want here? I don't want to do what I'm doing. I don't want to do what I was trained to do. I don't want to be where I am, but I don't want to go home. I don't want to, I'm stuck. Chariot reversed. The 9 of Wands, I don't, like no motivation. Empress reversed. Man. This is Aquarius really, really being stuck. And really being uncomfortable in their own skin. I'll throw one more card here. The 6 of Wands. Okay, that's good. So doors are opening. There's opportunities coming for Aquarius. But they really are in limbo. This speaks to being in limbo, stuck and not moving forward, and don't want to go to school, and don't want to be where I am, and I just, blah, don't know where I want to go. Do I want to go anywhere? 9 of Wands, do I want to move forward? Am I happy doing what I'm doing? Really weird. But the other thing about Aquarius, okay, is they are a fixed sign. And unfortunately, the fixed signs can get stuck in a rut. And that's unfortunate because it almost takes something traumatic to make an Aquarius realize that they really are stuck in a rut, because they get comfortable. Any of the fixed signs get comfortable in ruts. They get repetitious, and next thing you know, you've just spent your life and you're just kind of in a groove, And it wasn't great, it wasn't bad, it was comfortable. And this is Aquarius really saying, I'm not comfortable. I'm not comfortable in my own skin. I don't know but I know what I want. But the Six of Wands is saying something's coming up. Something new is coming up. Some new opportunity is coming up. Some new advancement. It's good. Okay? You gotta wait for it. It's not here yet. Just like with Capricorn. I always say the signs that are conjunct, there's always similarities. Seems like we saw with Gemini and Taurus earlier. We're seeing with, Capricorn and Aquarius. Just not ready yet. Okay? Something that's going to make you happy to get out of bed in the morning. Something that's going to make you a little spring in your step there. That's what's coming, Aquarius. And Pisces. Okay. So we have the Two of Pentacles. We have the Two of Coins. We have the Three of Cups reversed. We have the Four of Swords reversed. We have the Hangman reversed, the Four of Wands, and the Ten of Coins reversed. Well, this really, at first glance, what I would see is just Pisces, all work and no play. Okay? Juggling money, paying bills, some feeling of a wasted time, the Hangman reverse, some sense of, is this what I really want to be doing? The Four of Swords reverse, it's like this is constantly that uneasiness. I got to work a little harder, got to put a little more in, got to do a little more. There's a little bit of a sense of that last, 50 yards of the race where it's just a terrible ordeal to keep moving and running at top speed, what are you doing this for? Why are you doing this? Ten of Coins reversed can be real estate deal on its head, something that's not happening yet with real estate, the need to work on the house and money not being there. That's very often Ten of Coins reversed. No time for yourself. Another thing there, no time for celebrations. The Three of Cups reversed, no time to get out and have a good time. Excuse me. All work and no play. That's what I'm seeing for Pisces here. But I will say this, Four of Wands is there's the game. There's what you're doing. That's what you're playing the game for. There's the that's the prize in the Cracker Jack box. Your eye is on the prize. But it's that last relay race of that last leg of the race. I ran track, so I know what that feels like, where you just can't believe you're still putting one foot in front of the other and going at it, but you are. And again, there's professional support. The last card, the Two of Wands, that was the last of the deck here, speaks to that partnership. That's you're supported. You're supported. You're just tired. You're tired, and you're not sure that it's worth it. How's that? It is. You know it is. But the juggling of money and the exhaustion and just, what am I doing this for? There are days we all wonder that. All right? So there we go. There's that. Oh, balls. We have here. Okay, I'm glad, Barbara. Thanks, Anne. Thanks, Bridget. Thanks, Donna. Patty. Yeah, Pisces is on point. All right. Guys, listen. Have a wonderful day. Get some rest. I'm going to go downstairs and get some work done. Everyone behave, because it's not going to get easier. And there's still so much to be revealed with what's happening in the world, with what's happening with... I'm really thinking global. That's the thing, is I know we all want to think small, but this isn't the time for thinking small. This is the time for thinking big, okay? Global changes, global earth changes, global political changes. And yes, raise the energy. Yes, think positive. Of course, read my newsletter. It's all about that. But we also have to be realists, There's a great meme. It's one of my favorite expressions. I collect quotes, but it is, just because you don't want to eat the lion doesn't mean The lion doesn't want to eat you. Okay? We can be New Age sweet and we can be New Age stupid. Not everyone has our back. And I don't care how much you manifest positivity, there could be some idiot out there gunning for you. Or the fact that the government isn't working for you. So are we going to go along or are we going to fight? Back to Aquarius, back to that side. Are we going to go along? If people are being hurt, are we going to watch it or are we going to fight? Are we going to fight back? Not sure yet, right? But it might be coming to that. It might be coming to that. You know, I often think about, I've been really thinking about this topic hard over the past couple weeks, just really hard. You know, we talk about the Germans, we talk about World War II, we talk about the Jews, the concentration camps, and how horrible that was, and what an example of inhumanity that was, right? But I did my term paper on Hitler, and in my senior year of high school, and did a lot of reading and research. And when Hitler wrote Mein Kampf, which, by the way, was pretty much his how-to manual for getting rid of what he called the Jewish problem, he recognized and actually applauded the United States of America for getting rid of their problem, the Native Americans. And he said in his book, if you want to see how to get rid of a people, how to exterminate a race, look at the United States. And I've been thinking a lot about Standing Rock and with the pipeline, and I'm looking through my memories on Facebook, which is, of course, reminding me about that awful time where they just wanted to protect their land. And a lot of us didn't do anything about that. I didn't. I mean, I shared memes. Shared memes. Talked about it. But I didn't travel there, and I should have. We all should have. We should have said, this shouldn't happen. And of course, we know there's a huge oil spill happened like a year later. Everything that they said was going to happen to their sacred land happened. So I guess what I'm getting at is that where the Native Americans were trying to trust and believe that, you'll do the right thing because we do have, papers. This is our land. And the government said, no, it's not. No, it's not. You do the research about Mount Rushmore and you look at how systematically the systematic eradication of a people and culture, what was done, America, no. Did I personally do it? No. But am I here when it's being done still? Yeah, I am. Okay, so these are all Saturn Aquarius questions. Are we complicit in our silence? Are we? Does you being quiet means you get to be comfortable while someone else suffers? I had somebody once come in the shop and we were talking about human rights stuff, and she was just very clear that she was a light worker and would never do anything to hurt anybody, and blah, 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 lights, feathers, wings, angels. And she was literally diamonds on every finger, like rocks, you know what I'm saying? Rocks. And I couldn't help myself. I do have my moon in Sagittarius. I can bite my tongue only so long. And I said, it's funny that you're such an activist, or you talk about this. I'm a little surprised because, you're wearing all these diamonds. And she's like, what's wrong with diamonds? I'm like, well, blood diamonds. You've heard of that, haven't you? That expression, and you know where diamonds come from, right? There was a whole movie written. There was a whole movie, and it's pretty bad. And she was just, and I did segue into that a little more gracefully. I'm doing it right now. I wasn't quite such an oaf, but she was annoying me. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. It's always a mistake when I'm tired to just annoy me. But tell me how wonderful you are and how much help you do, and keyboard warriors. What are you really doing to change the world? And I'm gonna say again that this is the stuff that we're gonna be dealing with for the next 2.5 years. What are you doing to make the world a better place? What are you doing to help people? What are you really doing? Okay? Because keyboard warrior, social justice warrior, ain't gonna cut it anymore. All right? Either you're in the trenches, either you're out there, on the battlefield, or you're not. You're with us or you're against us. it's going to be that divisive. Okay? Writing a check or hopes and prayers, hopes and wishes, not going to cut it now. You know? We want to see change. We want to see real change. We want to see things made fair. We want to watch people get what they need. What they need. Human rights. Humans, everyone deserves to be able to have a full stomach at the end of the day. You know, I was reading about Haiti. And there's a horrible, horrible study right there. If you've never read the history of Haiti, Haiti was like the jewel of the Caribbean. That was an amazing place where people were tourists, and it was just gorgeous. And then France got involved, and the United States got involved, and the Clinton Foundation got involved. Ask a Haitian how they feel about the Clinton Foundation, okay? And they are eating dirt over there. They're so poor. They make these patties out of dirt that the children eat. I mean, it's the poverty level is horrific. The government is disgusting. And what's being done to these people, they're still paying money to France. And it's just, you know, you're going to rebuild the chapel there, the cathedral, excuse me, but you're going to demand money from this very, very, very poor nation. Anyways, so it's not all about the United States, it's not all about us as Americans. It's about the globe, our global consciousness. We're citizens of the planet, okay? What's good for one is good for all. Okay. All right. I am talking too much. I'm going to let you guys go, and thank you for that, Barbara. Okay? Everyone behave and give us some thought, and we'll talk soon. Okay? Bye now.